captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent. From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Today marks the unofficial end to summer, and people are getting out on the water, soaking in that last bit of the season. We're talking to DNR about how you can have fun with friends and family, but stay safe. And we've just passed what's known as the 100 deadliest days of summer. What Highway Patrol says you need to know before you hit the road tonight. But first, still some time to fire up the grill this Labor Day weekend, so we want to check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale with a look at your forecast tonight. Riley, how's it looking out there?
Well, as I said, lower rain chances over the next couple of days, but we do have another flood risk heading our way late in the forecast. I have an update there in just about 10 minutes.
Highway Patrol on both sides of the river are working together in hopes of reducing the number of drunk drivers on the road this weekend. It comes as we mark the end of what's historically the 100 deadliest days of the year on highways. Our Nick Veland live near I-20 tonight. So, Nick, what are you seeing out there?
Now, families are making their way home over this long Labor Day weekend, marking the end of one of the busiest summers of travel that we've seen in a while. But even with the high demand on the road, South Carolina Highway Patrol says that even with this increased demand, there's less fatalities over this last 100 days than the previous years. Coming out of the pandemic is one of the reasons why Master Trooper Brian Lee says more people are hitting the road this summer.
Pandemic and stuff was going on, obviously people were not traveling as much, but we have seen a trend of higher.
Even with more travel, fatal accidents went down in South Carolina.
I think we're trending in the positive direction because anytime we can reduce fatalities and save lives, that's one of the main things that we want to do, and so we feel like this summer's been pretty successful.
Preliminary data shows summer since 2018. With 233 fatal collisions this summer, that's around 90 fewer than 2020 and 2021. Lee says a major change this summer was to let drivers see officers out there.
We want to change people's behavior where they're always doing the right thing, where they're a stronger presence on the highway, that it helps curtail and reduce people's vanity.
Over Labor Day weekend, South Carolina and Georgia look to reduce bad driving decisions, partnering in hands across the border at the Richmond County Sheriff's Office.
That we as states, adjoining states, that we work together in order to make sure that we want our roadways to be safe.
And driving fatalities in Georgia are at a 99% increase in 2022, and Georgia Highway Patrol says that they're addressing this data and making the changes to make this data go in the right direction.
Certainly behind each data point is a family and a loved one, so we would love to see that too. Nick, thank you for that. Crews with the Georgia and South Carolina DOT will hold off on construction projects through the night before starting back up in the morning. DOT usually stops work during the holidays to try to ease some of the traffic on the highway for your travel. Projects will start again at 5 in the morning on the Georgia side, 6 in the morning in South Carolina, so a heads up if you're trying to plan when to head back home. Richmond County deputies responded to a shooting over the weekend near the intersection of Highland Avenue and Damascus Road. We still don't know how many people were injured or if there are any suspects. It's been kind of quiet. We're going to keep asking questions, though, and let you know when we find out more. The state Senate expected to take up debate over South Carolina's abortion ban this week. Governor McMaster has repeatedly voiced his support for tighter abortion restrictions. The current abortion bill allows exceptions for rape, incest, and cases where the mother's life and health are at risk. Labor Day isn't just about barbecues and trips to the lake. The holiday started as a way to recognize those who fought for workers' rights in the U.S. Lately, there's been a rise in efforts to unionize following the lead of efforts at big companies like Starbucks, Apple, and Amazon. In the last year or so, frontline workers have started demanding higher pay, stronger benefits, and better working conditions.
Well, I think labor union strength and influence had been waning for many years. This is a moment of opportunity for unions to show that they can be relevant to young workers.
Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows almost 1 in 30% of employees in the public sector were part of a union last year. Compare that to 6% in the private sector. One of the most recent examples of unions demanding change was Friday when Delta pilots demonstrated across the country.
It's time to get serious at the bargaining table for a contract that the pilots have earned. It's not just about pay. Obviously pay is an issue. It's about quality of life. Our schedules have never been worse.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics show union employees made more money than non-union workers last year. Meanwhile, overall, union participation is down 20% from 30 years ago. This weekend brought hundreds of Mustangs and even more car enthusiasts to Columbia County's Performing Arts Center this weekend. Organizers say they only put on a handful of these types of shows across the country, and the largest one was right here in Evans. Our Maria Sellers gives us a look.
More than 300 new, old, and classic cars filled the plaza of the Columbia County Performing Arts Center. But it's more than a love of cars. It's a drive to help the local charity, the Rebecca Aaron Moon Foundation.
So Rebecca passed away when she was 5 years old with neuroblastoma. So Chris and Angie Moon, who are the parents of Rebecca, decided they wanted to do something to help kids with cancer.
The organization has been around for more than 2 decades.
Since 2000, we have given out probably over 1,000 bags of love to our kids in the hospital.
Bags filled with toys and other gifts, and at Christmas, stuffed bears.
So we go all over the country helping other clubs raise money for charities. That's what it's all about.
We like to say that we love our cars, but we love our community. So one way that we can get involved with our community is to support a local charity, and that's the Rebecca Aaron Moon Foundation.
And people drive from far, like the Moores from Dahlonega.
It's a blessing that they can raise a lot of money for the children.
Yeah, it is.
Always a good thing.
And a lot of the shows are for good causes like that.
And the foundation is grateful for that support too.
And we're truly blessed and grateful for all the proceeds that come from the Mustang Club.
In Evans, Maria Sellers on your side.
A fun event for a great cause. And Anchor and Blackstock say more than 28 states and the province of Canada were represented this weekend. They estimate the event raised at least $30,000 for the foundation just in time for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Still ahead, our Zeta Halliburton has your Miracle Monday tonight, spotlighting AU's efforts to bring awareness to pediatric cancers. Riley?
Well, it has been a wet Labor Day for some of us. Over the next couple of days, though, those rain chances will go down. Another flood risk, though, late into the week. Full forecast just after the break.
Families in North Georgia are cleaning up after devastating flooding started this weekend. This is some drone footage showing the Chattooga River overflowing, sending floodwaters into homes. The flooding is so bad, all schools in the county cancel classes for at least the next 2 days. And bringing things back home a little closer, live look over Grovetown. We had a lot of...
Next few afternoons, the hottest for the next 7 days. Past Wednesday, high temps in the mid to low 80s.
It's Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and we're highlighting the programs offered at the Children's Hospital of Georgia that help the tiniest of patients overcome cancer. Arzana Halliburton says while this may not be the easiest job, it is one that is so needed to help every kid a fighting chance.
This week, you will soon see gold ribbons lining the outside of the Children's Hospital of Georgia. These ribbons are placed to raise awareness about pediatric cancer. The Children's Hospital has specially trained doctors to identify and treat cancers and blood disorders in kids of all ages.
For pediatric cancer, the recognition that somebody has cancer is really important so that it's recognized earlier on so that patients can be treated at a lower stage because it really impacts the outcome.
Dr. Amir Mian is the chief of pediatric hematology and oncology at the Children's Hospital. He says pediatric cancer treatments have changed significantly over the years.
Now, for common pediatric cancers, for example, leukemias and lymphomas, the survival is about 80-85, sometimes even 90%, depends on the types. The outcome has been so much improved. That's what really drives us to work every day because obviously it's not an easy job to do.
He says the goal is to grow programs and offer every treatment possible that a patient would need. A few new services being bone marrow transplants and pediatric immune therapy. The Children's Hospital is a not-for-profit, so your donations make programs like these possible for sweet faces like this.
For any large program, it's almost smaller donations which really have a bigger impact. And there are many examples, if you look around, where smaller donations from individuals have really made a big difference.
Dr. Meon says this hospital is special because you don't have to travel to another city or state to receive treatment for various cancers. You can get that long-term care right here at the Children's Hospital of Georgia, which serves surrounding counties and neighboring states.
If somebody has a diagnosis which is difficult to treat, then you want to get care closer to home in a patient-centered program, and that's what we're here, and we're really proud to be a part of the community.
Reporting in Augusta, Zana Halliburton on your side.
If you're looking to support kids with pediatric cancer, think about joining Brave the Shave. These are some photos from previous years. You can see our very own Cliff Bennett and Tim Strong took part. Very brave. Participants are asked to raise $100 or more and then get their head shaved to raise awareness for pediatric cancer. And that is September 29th. So that is coming up. We have some more information on how you can sign up or donate on our website. Just search Brave the Shave. Up next, we're talking to local businesses about their relationships with sports fans and how those watch parties help bring in so many customers.
3 small spaces. Just between us, cleaning with a mopping bucket is such a hassle. Ugh. Well, I've switched to Swiffer WetJet, and it's awesome. It's an all-in-one that absorbs dirt and grime deep inside, and it helps prevent streaks and haze. Stop cleaning and start Swiffering.
Labor Day weekend is known for boating as much as it is traveling along the interstate. As a result, law enforcement tends to boost patrols out on the water too. Our Claire Allen rode along with DNR to learn more about how they're trying to keep your family safe when you're on the water.
DNR has been out in full force all Labor Day weekend, making sure boaters and riders are safe. And all their hard work is paying off. This Labor Day weekend, DNR saw few to none serious violations across the CSRA and the state of Georgia.
I think across the state we only had 2 BUIs and 1 boating incident.
We got a first-hand look at how DNR cracks down on violations and how they handle it.
The more time we spend out here, the more folks see us.
DNR says the most common things they see are people tubing or jet skiing without an observer on board.
We've been with them, talking with them all summer, so they may not have understand the things they need to do at the beginning of the summer, but they understand them by the end of the summer.
DNR has arrested over 10 operators for drunk boating. If you are caught drunk behind the wheel, you might lose more than your hat. They are also making sure kids are safe.
And that's one thing that we need to check, make sure, like we said, that their life jackets fit properly and that their parents are watching them, and that we also have sober operators out here on the water, especially pulling these kids around.
At Clarks Hill Lake, Claire Allen on your side.
Burke County is holding a resource fair we wanted to tell you about next weekend, featuring free food, clothes, and health screenings. It's happening from 10 to 12 Saturday at the Burke County YMCA. It's on Olympic Drive in Waynesboro. Okay, how many of you went to a watch party to see either the Dogs or the Gamecocks play this weekend? Arliss Lyons talked to local businesses about how they're preparing to welcome fans in time for football season.
Yeah, Clemson and Georgia Tech may be kicking things off in Atlanta later this evening, but more than 145 miles away, local businesses have been working to create a space for fans to watch their teams closer to home.
They come out a little bit sooner and they hang out a little bit longer.
While you were counting down the days to college football season, so were your restaurants.
Love college football. It helps the weekends out a lot. You get a little bit of a crowd on Thursday night for some of the games if it's like the SEC or a good game, but Saturday they just really pick up 20%, 25%, I would say.
Over at Reinhardt's, 40% busier than what we normally would be. It's easier for people to come out and enjoy food and beer opposed to being home and being responsible for the appetizers and all the entertainment.
Friend or foe or just a fan?
Some people they don't know, some people make friends during this time of season.
They've been putting in the off-season work too.
Orders are up. We do actually have to add a little more, pad our inventory, I would say a little bit more just to accommodate the football fans. Any of the appetizers, honestly, because they come out fast. And typically when they're watching the game and just hanging out, they're not looking to get full. They're going to hang out for a little bit.
Wait times may vary on which teams are on, so tonight they know it may be a little bit of a longer wait than usual. The number 4 Tigers face off against the Yellow Jackets at 8.
All right, thanks for that, Alyssa. Looking ahead to the weekend forecast, our high rain chances will continue both afternoons, but at least our high temperatures cooler than average in the 80s. Now look at that 7-day forecast for you just after the break.
And wasteful
wasteful spending. Tell Senator Raphael Warnock, stop raising taxes. Instead, give families a tax break.
Hey there, it's Anna Christina here with Roof Savers. The response to roof rejuvenation has been overwhelming here in the CSRA because you can extend the life of your roof by 5 to 15 years and save thousands of dollars in the process. With the economy being so uncertain right now and prices on everything going up, I'm sure saving money is on your mind, especially when it comes to your most important investment, your home. I'm here with one of the owners of Roof Savers, Russell Beckham. And Russell, explain once again, what is roof rejuvenation?
Roof rejuvenation is the process of restoring older shingles to a like-new condition, bringing back the flexibility, increasing granular adhesion, and also adding resistance to hail damage.
And Russell, the home improvement industry, just like every other business, has seen dramatic increases in cost. Why roof rejuvenation versus roof replacement?
The cost of shingles has gone up significantly this year. Roof rejuvenation is a process you can use to maintain what you have for 80 to 85% of the cost of a total replacement. So if you take care of what you have, it'll last you a lot longer, and in the process save you a lot of money.
So right now you're offering free roof inspection and an estimate. What does that look like when you come out to somebody's home?
For the first initial visit, when we come to see the customer for the first time, we're actually going to get up on the roof to make sure that the roof qualifies and the customer gets the full benefit of our process. While we were up there, we're going to check for deficiencies in the roof, such as exposed nail heads, any loose chimney flashing, and make sure all that can get sealed up prior to treating the roof.
Now, if you'd like to see if your roof qualifies for roof rejuvenation, call 706-786-1819 and receive a free roof inspection and estimate. Roof Savers, save your roof, save your money.
Or check us out online at myroofsavers.com.